What is going on, guys? My name is Deltah. Welcome back to another Division Heartland Division 2 video. If I'm being honest, I don't really even know how I would classify myself for my channel just because it focuses on 2 games. Maybe just the better thing to say is Division content creator. I don't know. Anyways, we have a bit of interesting news going on as Heartland playtests have come out, and it should be happening at the end of October, so that's a little bit of news for us. But the real meat of the video is I want to talk about why the Division Heartland is perfect for the Division universe. But before we get into it, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the incredible support on my last video. It's like the best video I've ever done, and the most comments, the most views, the most likes, everything. And you guys are absolutely amazing. If you guys subscribed because of that video, thank you so much for being here. I put out Division content pretty much weekly, so subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and be sure to stay tuned for more. So let's get right into it. So I have a couple of reasons here that why I think the Division Heartland is perfect for the Division universe. The first of those being that the game is free to play. So with the game being free to play, it will allow a lot of players to experience the franchise, and that being the goal of Ubisoft is to get people playing the game and people interacting with the Division franchise. Heartland will do just that by allowing people to interact with the game with no barrier essentially to entry as long as they can run the game. So that fact in and of itself is one of the best and most promising thing that the Division Heartland has in its favor. By reducing the barriers to entry, many players who wouldn't necessarily have considered the Division franchise because of its, aspect of being number one paid and a looter shooter and a third-person shooter might decide to pick up the game and give it a try. I made a video on this prior, but I firmly believe that the Division Heartland is supposed to be a gateway into the Division universe. So more people will probably be buying the Division 2 and experiencing the Division 1 as they get interested in Heartland. So we might see people entering the Division 1 Dark Zone, entering Last Stand matches. So this has potential to increase the player count in all of the Division games, not just the Division Heartland. So that brings me to my next point, that the Division Heartland is coming at a great time, seeing as it's such a dry period for the franchise right now, and creators like myself are just going from news drop to news drop, trying to piece together release windows and stuff like that. That being said, it cannot come soon enough. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I just found out that I missed being able to playtest it because I couldn't, for some reason, check my email. That's okay. Rogue Gold gave me a little healthy dose of perspective yesterday, so it is what it is. Life has trade-offs, we know this. But on to the next point. Heartland is an opportunity for Redstorm to create a great PvP experience, one like the Division 1, where with the lessons that we've learned in the Division 1 and the Division 2, and so on. Additionally, complaints about the Division 2's PvP as well as the Division 1's PvP can be addressed here with a brand new ground-up experience. So it's likely that the Division Heartland was greenlit way back in 2019-2020 area, so this game will have the benefit of the experience of the Division 1 and the Division 2 and all of the feedback and everything that was discussed PvP related in these games. A lot of people did not like that the Dark Zones had only 12 players, and that's not necessarily the fault of the developers. It's just there were graphical limitations and they had to do it for these reasons. An additional complaint that can be addressed in this PvP experience is the armor system. And we know that that has been a point of contention in all of the Division games, in every aspect of the Division franchise. People really liked instant medkits, people like instant armor, whatever. So this is an opportunity for Redstorm to take all of that feedback, look at it, and come up with a system in the playtests and throughout their testing to see which one is the best for the players given the disposition towards these types of aspects in their PvP game. Keeping that thought in mind, the Division Heartland has the opportunity to be a Division experience outside of the main franchise. Therefore, Redstorm has greater creative liberty to create a great PvP game within the framework of the Division franchise. This includes game modes, this includes an overarching story perhaps, maybe not mission-based, but told through the matches, kind of like Call of Duty style. And it's an opportunity for the developers to kind of give back to the community, especially with their feedbacks and keeping in mind everything the Division community has been asking for these last 2 years, and that couldn't have been provided given to a variety of factors, including, the pandemic and stuff like that. We're entering our 6th year of Division content, and I don't know about you guys, but I've been here since the very beginning. and I am very much looking forward to Heartland and what it will bring to the franchise. And I know, like, we've just been creating expectations for it, and people who play tested, they know a basic version of what it looks like, but you know what, it's okay to speculate. Moving on to my next point, since we know that the Division Heartland is coming out reasonably within the next year or so, probably within the next couple months, the offering of a brand new game will give Massive and Red Storm, presumably they're going to be the two working on it, of course, time to create the Division 3. Now, I think that that's already been in development, they just haven't told us, but especially with Heartland releasing, it is all but confirmed. Especially if we look at the development of the Division 2 and the Division Heartland. Both the Division 2 and the Division Heartland's development cycles started immediately, like literally almost immediately after the Division 1 and then the Division 2 released respectively. So if we're looking at that trend, it makes a lot of sense that the Division 3 or whatever new installment of the Division franchise will begin or undergo development. I think it's pretty likely given, you know, what I just said, the past development cycles of the last two games, and the fact that the Division universe makes Ubisoft money. That's what it's all about. Regardless, I'm excited. I can't wait to have Heartland in my hands. I can't wait to have the Division 2's new content in my hands. It's a bright and it's a great time to be a Division franchise fan. That's all I can say. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing as it really helps me out. We are almost to 150 subscribers. I've only been doing YouTube for not even 3 months. That is absolutely insane, and I owe it all to you guys. I really appreciate it. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. See you guys in the next one. Deltah out. Peace.